Okay, so it's April 14th, 2021. We're doing a video here on the stocks that I'm watching for a swing trade. One, why I think stocks are going to go here now, and two, then the stocks that, perhaps have some potential to move. Not all of them. It's not the universe of all the stocks that might move, but because this would be too long of a video to do that. But let's talk about the markets first. So the indices today, look at the SPY, huge move since this, buy the dip from the Powell Yellen buy the dip point. And a lot of stocks that we're following just got absolutely crushed in here, yet the market continues to trade to all-time highs. Now, so this is led by the FANGs, but what we're seeing now is that the FANGs actually are all quite soft today. But the IWM, which is the Rustle 2000, here is quite strong. It's up 1.4%. It's at the apex of this wedge here. Tried to break out of it today, maybe not quite get there now. But this is what's holding the SPY up right now, is the mid cap. The lower tiered stocks. Not really mid cap because the S&P 500 is not made up of lower tiered stocks, but. The point being is that the IWM is a good cross-section of it, and it is, it looks like it's ready to, it's made this V bottom, right-hand is double bottomed in here, right-hand extension. I think we're going to see this go. So this is why I think it's, and we did get, we've had a lot of support, not we as in us in particular, but the economy has had a lot of support from the feds, another $2 trillion in infrastructure, $2 trillion in support payments. They're just throwing money at the market, at the economy to keep it going during the pandemic, saying they're not going to raise interest rates for a couple of years. There's so much going on that we're going to need. The market's is going to go. It's just what the timing of it, and perhaps at the end of February, end of January, end of February, when I was talking about the markets perhaps correcting, we never thought that they would come off so hard the way they did. Lots of stocks down 50, 60%. And of course, getting stopped out of our swing trades, and many of them, and we're trying to get back into it slowly here, but we're just not getting the moves. You up one day, down the next, or, up in the morning, down in the afternoon. So, but you just have to have a longer term view of it. You can't just expect them to go straight up every time we put on a swing. Anyways, let's have a look at let's have a quick look at the indicators here first before we go on. We do see that the Mcclellan Oscillator, well, first of all, the VIX under 20, very bullish, continues to drift off. Now it has popped up a little bit with the FANG stocks coming off, because that makes up 15% of this, of the SPY. And the Mcclellan Oscillator, though, very neutral here. 57% of stocks above their 40, and the Mcclellan Oscillator at 36.5. So not overbought, not oversold, but we did get extremely oversold. It's pulled back. I think there's going to be a lot of energy here for the markets to go higher. So let's have a quick look at some of the stocks that I'm watching, and why I think they're good. They could be potential. ACLS. This had a big breakout. Popped out of this flag pattern, and held the support at 34. Gapped up. 2, 4, 6, 7 days down. There's a reason it popped like that. Earnings or whatever reason, doesn't matter. It popped and it's come back now. Maybe so we're looking for this, for a first pullback entry up here. Just keep an eye on it. It's not, it's not a buy yet, but perhaps it's coming. VSell. It is, this is flagging in here. It's an ascending triangle. Watch it, over the 60 level. Givo. Some of these are old, so this looks like it's breaking down. But here's your V bottom right-hand extension. Maybe this is going to end up being a double bottom in here. Let's see if it holds this level. Flagging. This is a pot sector stock. It's coming into the apex of a wedge here, but this is that same pattern we've seen all of them do. Here's your capitulation, popped, pulled back, higher lows. Downtrend. It's hemmed in by the downtrending channel there, tops line. So let's see if it pops to the upside of that wedge, then we'll probably look to trade it. ASOL. Here's that same pattern. Then now this is making lower lows though, so we don't know if this might be in a downtrending channel like this. It is wedging in here. We'll see if it can pop. It's a semiconductor stock. UNFI. It has popped out of this range pattern that it was in here. Pulled back, popped again, pulled back. This probably is an entry here at 35.50 for it. It is in a rising channel now. It's broken out. Could be a good buy here on the pullback. I mean, this is a strong sector. The stock is strong itself. It popped. The measured move on this takes this to 48. And, it's in a rising channel now, like this, maybe. Holding the channel line. It's pulled back. This is your, support right around 35.5. See what it does though over the next couple of days. Could be a swing trade. We put a swing on. I think we put a swing trade on ARK. At 126. It did pop up to 135 yesterday, and now it has backed off. But here's your double bottom. This is a three-wave corrective pop, pulled back, held support. Pop, flag, now popping again. So this is a strong chart. Does run into trouble up here at 137, but it gets through that and away it goes. I mean, if this market is good for the next 2 years, this trades at least back to 160, 180, 210. I'm watching this one. This is a semiconductor stock. It doesn't have much range to it, but it had the big pop out to the top of the channel, pulling back. If this gets back to this channel line here and holds it, then I'd be looking to put a swing on that. The semiconductors are going to go. They're going to continue to trade higher. We traded this MVIS in the past. It's a triple bottom in here now, but hard to say. It needs to get through 20, or maybe hold at 11. Come on. AMTX. This may be failing here now. AMTX. We'll see. Let's see. AMTX, AFMD, which is a swing trade of ours already. I don't have that on the list. Look at this nice reversal on it. It is flagging in here. This looks like it wants to continue to go. AFMD, it's already a swing. Kirkland, we've traded this a few times. It's in a big basing pattern here. Coming at the apex of the wedge here. needs to break out at that level and maybe start going up to the next. We can see it's holding it is holding the trend line here and here, the longer term trend line. It's just waiting for it to feel the love. RBLX, I thought we were, no, I was in this myself, but I got stopped out. And then I traded it again just recently. But look at this big reversal bar. And it's maybe too whippy for us to trade as a swing trade, but it's keep it on watch. The Catherine Woods Moon is another one to watch here. It is wedging in here, making higher lows, hemmed in by this declining tops line. We'll see if it can pop to the upside. If markets really start to go, it could be a good one. ATWO, no, nothing really there. This ACTG, pulled back, double topped up in here. Maybe this was a cup and handle, but it's failed, so not ready to go yet. I was looking at this Babcock and Willicks, but it popped out, but it's really come back off sharply. Let's see if it comes back into that 7 range for maybe an entry. The CYH also looked like it was ready to go, but this is breaking down. It needs to hold that rising channel line at 10. We'll see if that can afford us a trade there. ORGO popped out, pulled back. This is probably a swing trade in here. This is not a volatile stock, and it doesn't trade in big range, not big volume. But, it's pulled back. If it holds the support here and maybe bounces, this could be a swing for it to trade up into 30, 35 area. I mean, it came originally from 350, so, it's already had a big move. But let's see if it can hold this trend line here and go. I like that one for a swing. This Corning, it may be a move too much already. I mean, it's probably vulnerable to a pullback, so I'm probably not going to do anything with that. GPRE did pop out, holding the trend line here in the 50. Needs to maybe get back over this 28 level. The aluminum stocks were quite strong, and then we see that it pulled back, bounced up and failed, got rejected quite sharply, traded down to support here around 14.5. Now popping again. We'll see. There's a risk here for it, but the other one that's in that sector is the Alcoa. And this is really right at the breakout level. These stocks are strong because of infrastructure. So I'm not sure. I mean, it's not a big mover. It's not that volatile, but we'll see. Maybe it goes. Keep an eye on those two. AMKR did pop up to resistance and now backing off, so watching that one. AMPG wants to go. We'll see if it can hold support in here. AMRS rolling over. It may not be anything. CASA. Look, it's flagging in here. It's not big range, but tried to get it through it today. Communication equipment. It's getting close. These uranium stocks were quite strong. It's backed off a bit. Keep an eye on it. MGNX, volatile, not much volume, or not, yeah, volatile, but not much volume. Biotech. Look at this OMI breaking out here. It's not a volatile trader, and it's, big, slow, grinding trade, but at least you can sleep at night with it. This KTOS, here's that same pattern, the V bottom, double bottom. Right hand extension. If this starts to break out over 29, probably worth a trade. This failed, it looks like. DXC, now this tends to stair step its way, or like it's been of late. Pops, platforms drop, platform pop, held support, gapped up. Another platform here. See if it breaks out. GVA, it's engineering company. You'd think it would be good with the infrastructure. LNTH, diagnostics. Made this cup and handle pattern, or perhaps a cup and handle pattern. Popped out, flagging in here now. Low volume trader that's only traded 180,000. So probably maybe too thin for us to take on as a trade. NTLA double top there. Reverse head and shoulders. I like this pattern. This is a reverse head and shoulders pattern. And I was watching it closely at here when it got up to this neckline, 85, but it failed, pulled back. Maybe this makes a cup and handle pattern. This is a good chart. I like this one. Lots of reasons to go along that stock, not right at the moment, but as we get closer to it. APTO looks like it's failed. CCIV is just not quite ready yet. It's going to be, but it's not yet. CSIQ, these solar stocks just haven't started to go anywhere yet. DKNG, it's holding the support at 56, but the chart could be bearish there. It looks like almost like a head and shoulders pattern. These solar stocks just not quite ready to go yet. I'm watching a few of them, JKS. Then I was looking at this Mara, and it sold off sharply here today. I don't know. It's so difficult to trade these Bitcoin stocks. There's another solar stock, GTHX. Double bottom there at the 20. Broke out, pulled back, held support at 24. This is probably a swing here. GTHX. Look at the sell-off with the biotechs. And that's your problem. It is a biotech. We did get a nice bounce on the biotechs today, but is it a dead cat bounce, or is this, a continuation? And it's low volume on this GTHX, only 270,000. But, double bottom, broke out, pulled back, held support. I mean, that's all the signs of a trade there. PDSB here. It is, making higher lows. It's a biotech though. The last 3 or 4 I showed, those are all biotech, so just watching them. SPRT failed here. I was watching this one for perhaps a trade, but it's failed here now. Software application. See if it holds support at this level here. BLNK. It looked like this is a cup and handle pattern. Tried to get out through it. It's backing off here a bit now. Maybe it's, it's range bound. Keep a close eye on that one. SLM. It's a slow grinding trade, but look how strong that channel is from 6 to 18. I may have missed it. It doesn't look like it. ZDGE. You wouldn't want to see this to be a head and shoulders pattern. It is holding the trend line. Cup handle. We'll see. Keep an eye on that one. CELH. And then one that was mentioned this morning, this UPWK, double bottomed here, broke out through the neckline here at 50. Keep an eye on this one.